Hello folks, my name is Mark and this is UCD Toy Reviews. How you guys doing? So today we're taking a look at Hordak from the Masters of the Universe Origins. And I have to admit that I actually bought this one online. I didn't find him wild, but I got him really cheap because the card is not mint. If you look here, it's actually kind of messed up here, right at the top here. It's like the bubble is coming off and stuff. And that's why I got this one at like a significant discount. I got it for like $9 online. So even cheaper than retail. So that's actually kind of cool. But anyway, Hordak, of course, is the leader of the Evil Horde, which is a third faction in the Masters of the Universe. You know, you have the good guys, He-Man and his friends, and then you have Skeletor and his minions, and then the Evil Horde. And Hordak is sort of like the Emperor in Star Wars. So if, like, you know, Skeletor is Darth Vader, Hordak is like the Emperor. He's the guy that trained Skeletor, right? So let's take a look at him, and pretty cool. You know, he's got that sort of classic Hordak looking face there with the bat thing, all that, and then the Evil Horde logo. Pretty awesome. Then on the back, you got some cool artwork. He's opened up a portal to Eternia there. This, of course, is the rest of the Evil Horde here. So you have Grizzlor, you got some Horde Troopers going back here, Leech, Mantana, and then Modulok. That'd be cool. And I'm wondering if we're going to get all of those guys as figures. I know they're coming out with some of these Horde Trooper dudes as part of the PowerCon exclusives for this year. Pretty cool here. And then, of course, he comes with his crossbow, and then some other guys in the line. You know, He-Man, Stratos, Hordak, Triclops, don't have a Triclops yet, and then of course Ninjor, which we did last week. Pretty cool stuff, so let's go ahead and open this one up. Whoa, that came right off. Looks like he comes with the same sneak attack comic that came with Ninjor, so that's kind of cool. You know, and then let's see, then you got another one of these guys that they're starting to include, so it says that you can swap and remove and swap parts. And so yeah, that's kind of cool. They're like encouraging kids to, like, you know, make their own figures and all that. I guess that's part of the play style with these. So let's take a look at this Hordak. That's awesome as hell. Let's get him out of there. Let us liberate Hordak. Let's see, he's got some rubber bands going. Let's liberate Hordak from his plastic prison here. Alright. And let's get that out. And let's see, take off the rubber bands from his legs. Okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So those of you who didn't know, the Evil Horde, of course, is based on the Universal monsters from, like, you know, from Universal Studios, right? So you have, like, Hordak, which is like a vampire, and then you have Leech, which is the creature from the Black Lagoon, and then Grizzlor, which is the Wolfman, right? And then, of course, you also had other Mantana, which is like a bug-eyed alien. And there were actually plans to have a Mummy character, which never came out, but they did make the Mummy guy in the Masters of the Universe Classics, so that's kind of cool. So let's take a look at this figure here first. Alright, he has the same kind of standard articulation as all the other ones. You have a pivot at his shoulder there that goes up and down and out. You have articulation at his elbow that goes around down here. You got wrist, that's kind of cool. You have his head that moves around and up and down, as well as waist, and then also at the leg, and then knees, right? And then you also have a mid-leg twist as well as feet there. So very modern articulation, which makes these things really cool because it keeps the same form factor as the original vintage guys, but with modern sort of, like, you know, articulation the same as like Marvel Legends or something like that, so that's really awesome. Plus they're balanced really well. See how well he stands up on his own? Pretty cool. So let's take a look at his weapons here. He comes with, of course, the classic Horde crossbow. That looks exactly like the old crossbow that came with the old Hordak, so you just sort of lock it in like that, and then it's like it fires. You know, press down on this thing. So that's cool. And that can go on his hand like that. Alright. Pretty awesome. All of the evil Horde guys got crossbows for some reason, I don't know why. Then Hordak came with this sort of little imp-looking dude. Let's just kind of get some focusing going on there so we can see that. Can you guys see that? It looks a little fuzzy to me. But anyway, there we go. And little imp guy kind of straps onto his arm, kind of like this, right? And let's see if we can get that. So this is like right out of the original. You know, this little bat form, this little bat dude came with the original Hordak also. And can I get that even to stay on there? Mostly. Anyway, it's kind of, I think it's supposed to go on the other arm actually, but there you go. So he has this little imp dude that kind of hangs out and spies for him. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool. So I actually do not have a vintage original Hordak figure to compare this guy to. Unfortunately, just has been one of those. It's not like because they're rare or anything, I just haven't really gotten around to getting one. But what I do have that we can do instead is a Hurricane Hordak figure. This is one of the vintage Hurricane Hordak figures here, and the cool thing about this guy is that he has this sort of gimmick where you can switch his arm out. So you see his arm here, right? And you can pull off this little attachment and then put on like other ones. So like say if you want him to have these clubs or whatever. And then the thing with Hurricane Hordak is that on the back you have this little wheel and you spin it and it makes like, you know, that's the hurricane action. So he has these like spinning club things, right? Or like here he has like these spinning bat blades that you can put in his arm, right? Something like that. So because what it was in the She-Ra show, see, Hordak was the bad guy in She-Ra, and what it was is that he would make his arm turn into a weapon. So that's kind of what they did for this toy here. So yeah, not exactly the same figure, but pretty close. You can see it's got like comparable head sculpts, you know. It actually kind of looks like the paint job on the original is actually better than the new one. Huh. That's kind of cool. But you can still kind of see, you know, it's got like where they styled it after, like, you know, his boots and his hands and all that. He's got the armband still hanging out on his arm. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool. I wonder if they're going to make one of these in the Origins line. That'd be kind of awesome. And then I also have this Hordak figure that came out a few years ago, and this is from Super 7. This came out, I think, in 2017, 2018, right around there. And what these are, these were made to be in the style of the vintage cartoon. So this is like the same color scheme that Hordak had in the She-Ra cartoon. And of course he comes with a crossbow too. And then this thing was supposed to be like his weapon arm. So you could put that on there and it's sort of like his arm transformed into the cannon or something like that, you know. So that was kind of cool. And you can sort of see, you know, the same kind of deal. You know, it's just like this one is a little more updated. So, pretty cool stuff, man. You know, how these figures are just sort of like evolving over time and all that stuff. And I guess I'm going to have to pick me up a vintage Hordak toy for the original guy so that I can have the full set. But anyway, I hope they make the rest of the Evil Horde. So far, this has been... Hordak is the only guy from the Evil Horde that we've seen so far. Haven't seen a Leech or a Mantana or a Grizzlo or anything like that. So here's hoping they make them, you know. I mean, they're only about, like... They're not even halfway through all the He-Man figures, you know. I mean, there's a good, like, you know, 50 or 60 different figures that came out in the original line. And I hope they make all of them, because I will buy every single one. Anyway, folks, that's all I got. Adios.